Hello, welcome to Dongnai Radio and Television Station. Here comes the news today. After the difficulties caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, businesses are looking for ways to continue their production and business. Trade union levels are also coordinating to implement many activities to take care of and create jobs for workers who are leaving work because of the pandemic. MJ Apparel Company Limited, with 100% Korean capital, specializes in sewing and exporting fashion goods to the U.S. market with more than 900 workers. However, due to the impact of the pandemic, the company was able to find a new order in early July and the production would resume, but only create jobs for more than 250 employees. Phương Uyên Bamboo and Rattan Production and Trading Company Limited has regular orders for 40 workers with a stable income, 5 to 20 million VND. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the company was affected in production but tried to find orders that were unprofitable to create jobs for workers. According to the labor union of Bien Hoa City, the city is managing 157 businesses, of which 9 are severely affected during the pandemic, with more than 3,000 unemployed workers without income. The federation introduced nearly 1,000 workers with new jobs after the pandemic. According to the Vietnam Aviation Administration, up to now, it has coordinated with airlines to organize more than 60 flights to bring nearly 16,000 Vietnamese citizens home from nearly 50 countries or territories to avoid the pandemic. The Aviation Administration of Vietnam also cooperates with diplomatic missions to allow domestic and foreign airlines to change the purpose of cargo flights to be used for passengers to bring back to the country more than 1,200 stuck citizens at international airports, international transit points in the world, but they cannot enter the host country. Also, according to the CAAV, people have a great need to return home, while the capacity to organize flights and reception of isolated areas in the country is limited. From now until the end of August, the aviation industry will continue to coordinate with diplomatic agencies and the army to make more than 50 return flights and more than 13,000 citizens who have the opportunity to go home. The UK on July the 20th officially announced the suspension of extradition treaty with Hong Kong Special Administrative Region immediately and indefinitely. The decision is in response to China enacting a new national security law in Hong Kong. Speaking to Parliament, British Foreign Minister Dominic Raab confirmed the decision and said he would extend the lethal weapons embargo to Hong Kong. China has not yet commented on the news, but previous Foreign Minister spokesman Wang Wenbin said China would act resolutely with interference in internal affairs and urged Britain not to continue wrong to avoid further damage to Sino-British relations, which are strained over Hong Kong's security laws and the way Beijing handles COVID-19 pandemic. Britain last week banned China's Huawei technologies from participating in 5G networks in the country, a move alleged by Beijing to lend a hand to the United States. German Foreign Minister Heiko Maas on July the 20th met with his 3 Baltic regional counterparts, Latvia, Estonia and Lithuania, also known as the B3+1 group. This is the 26th Secretary of State to discuss foreign policy with the European Union. Ahead of the meeting, German Foreign Minister Maas said he and his 3 partners discussed German foreign policy and priorities as rotating EU president. Maas also shared that Germany and the 3 Baltic states had a lot of close cooperation with each other during the COVID-19 crisis. The focus of the measures now is to minimize the social and economic impacts of the post-pandemic period. In addition, he also presented the rotating chairman's EU program to the Baltic partners. The German foreign minister added that the EU summit held in Brussels in the last 4 days is very important to show that countries all want to reach a common agreement rather than delaying the current issues for a post-pandemic recovery. That's all for the news today. Thank you for joining us and goodbye.